So we are back in the saddle, finally over the house project for the most part. I got some other stuff, you know, some AC issues. I got to wire some stuff in, not issues, just some stuff I got to take care of. But now that the weather's breaking, we're gonna start focusing on the barn. And Keisha's been reaching out to multiple different companies for fencing. Met with a really nice gentleman named Ian. Have to check out his find out what his business name is. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. Waiting for some pricing on him, but what we're gonna do here is the dozer's been sitting all winter, so we're gonna check the fluids, make sure it's greased up, and we are proposing to install, let me get out of the sun here, install 3,500 feet of fence. So with the prices of material and stuff, you can only imagine what this is gonna cost. So I have a perimeter layout of where exactly we are proposing to put the fence, and some of it is some wooded area we have to clear out with the dozer. So I'm gonna prep this thing here real quick, and we're gonna get rolling out here into the field, and we'll talk a little bit more about where exactly we're going to be doing the fence and what kind of fences we're gonna use. So if you follow the channel, you know I'm big on maintenance. You know, the machines are dirty, but they are well greased and well taken care of. And call me a sissy, whatever you want. I hate diesel fuel, the smell of it. These machines sitting over the winter, you could see there was a lot of water in that water fuel separator there. So it's always good to get that water out of the system. I have above ground tanks, so they do condensate. And we're gonna check the oil. Make sure everything's good here before we get rolling. And that is good within the parameters. I believe John Deere requires every 500 hours to change the motor oil on their machines. I'd have to look at the owner's manual. I know it's well over 100, but I've only put, I think, a total of 200-300 on this machine total since we've owned it. So the oil and everything's still good. Probably change it this season just because of the time frame, but you can see there's a ton of grease on there. I'm gonna hit it real quick here. Don't want no issues. We're gonna be about almost 3/4 of a mile away from the barn, so don't want her breaking down. Fan belt, everything's good. Last I checked, we had about 3/4 of a tank of fuel, so we'll throw some grease in here and get on the road. All right, we got her all greased up, warmed up, and we're back in the saddle. Pray there's no check engine lights come on, and we'll head out towards the field here and see what we can come up with. So this is one of the corners coming off the barn, straight down here, and then somewhere down there I identified a T-post with some caution tape, but I don't see it, but I do know it's that direction. So we're gonna push some of this stuff out and get a straight line for the fencing company to get their equipment in there. is over there. Right over there. could see with a dozer, man, 10 minutes of work, it's unbelievable what a dozer is capable of doing. So this right here, from that stake up to there, you can see it blowing in the wind. That's gonna come down at an angle, probably dress us up a little bit more, but now we're gonna head, I believe it's like 1,600 feet up in that corner there. So we're gonna be the next corner. This is gonna run down through the valley. We're thinking about doing, it's a vinyl coated steel line, so it's horse safe. So we're gonna focus mainly on horses and obviously put cows in there too. So this is gonna be hopefully the future home and pasture for Jack Jasper and the 2 paint horses. This is a cleared out spot. Way down there is the corner going up to the barn. See the barn and the house over there. So while I was clearing all this stuff out, it's caught my attention. It's like multiple carcasses right here. So I'm not sure what was going on here. Probably a deer. Maybe took a gut shot or something and died later on after it ran a little bit. But this is the other corner here we're gonna identify. And I got the dozer facing perfectly towards the other post, so I got to clear all this down through here. Try to get this all cleared up in a nice line of sight for the contractors to do a walkthrough on a job and get an accurate price. quick work out of this one too. And if you look way up there, it's my two bosses watching me, making sure I'm working hard. Keisha and Tommy are up there spectating. So this is, so now we got 4 corners coming down here, through here, up through here, down through there. So it's a total of like 3,500 feet. I don't know, we're guesstimating maybe around $35,000. I really don't have time to do it myself just because I'm just burned out from the house and super busy at work. So this is what you go to work for. Save your money for things you love. All right, guys, that's a wrap on this video. I started etching this thing back here because we're moving the road over to here so we can fence all the way through here. So I started cutting the driveway in, but you know what? The sun, it's got about another hour's worth of daylight, and it's more important that I go spend time with my son and my wife. So check out those deer. It's pretty cool. Tommy and Keisha come out for a little bit, took them for a ride on a dozer. Took me back to whenever I was a kid. My dad used to ride me around on the dozer, so it's cool to pay that forward and see the excitement in his face. Like always, guys, we appreciate you following along, and just like the thumbnail, it's nice to be back in the seat past the point of working on a house every single day after work, every weekend. This is what I really love to do. Machine work, farm work, stuff like that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So like always, we appreciate you following along, and catch you on the next one. Take care.